Director, teaching staff, gentlemen of the grade, we're the two little guys, they're at the back. I have the pleasure this morning of introducing Brent Oakes to you, matriculated class 2000. He did our service sentence at Selborne from 1 to 10. So you'll see where his loyalties lie with the Selborne Derby in 2 weeks' time. Post-school, Brent has appeared in entrepreneurial ventures, various industries, a field as renewable energies, education, industrial cleaning, products, digital security, further executive management roles for South African listed multinationals, successfully funded, grown, and disposed of multiple businesses. Over his career, he's received multiple sales, leadership, and entrepreneurial awards, including the Nelson Mandela's Top 40 Under 40. He has been entrusted with compliance strategies for a host of listed and multinational companies across South Africa. He sits on the boards of NOCAM, which is the National Association of Automotive Components and Allied Manufacturers. He also advised the NSRI, and he serves as a director on more than 20 companies. This morning, Brent will be talking to you about mastering the advantage of the unicorn. And our class, Brent is one of those guys. We've had Hockey Taxi now, we've had lawyers, we've had different people. Brent is one of those guys that uses grade. He's going to explain to you about this. So over to you, Brent. And listen at the back there, boys. Eh? Sorry, our two little kids are at the back there. Thanks.
Wow. Good morning, Rector, staff, and boys of the grade. My name is Brent Oakes. I'm matriculated in 2000. I am an executive, or one of them, who runs a JC listed company with more than 5,000 employees. In addition, my partners and I have created a private equity business of more than R1 billion. And in 3 months' time, you boys up there will have the same qualification as I do, a matric from grade. When the union approached me to make this address to the school, I racked my brain on a topic that wouldn't instantly put you to sleep. If you're destined to be a professional sportsman, a doctor, a lawyer, or if you're one of those fortunate few that find yourself as a trust fund child, please feel free to ignore me completely. For the rest of you, there may be some value. We are all fortunate to come from a school who has and produces boys that are world-class sportsmen, academics and professionals. What is less widely known is the quality of the phenomenal entrepreneurs that have originated out of these halls. In fact, I'd wager that there are more captains of industry that came from Grey High that have amounted empires of more than R100 million than there are Springboks. To me, Grey is a place where the poorest and the wealthiest families entrust their education of their boys. Some are spectacularly talented and others aren't. Irrespective, if you were a tosser at school, I promise you your peers would sort you out here. The spirit of constant competition is something that I found inspirational and drove me. Basically, this school is just like the big bad world out there. Grey teaches you to hustle. My story isn't of how I won the lottery. It's not how I played for the Springboks or came from a wealthy family. To the contrary, I'm Joe Average. My dad died when I was 10. My mom was a single parent and we struggled financially. Post-school, I didn't go to university. I didn't take a gap year overseas. My first job was selling overpriced vacuum cleaners. Looking back over the last 22 years since leaving the grade, I'm often asked why my professional career turned out the way it did. Upon reflection, I can put it down to 5 things. No work is beneath you, because today You may be a peacock, and tomorrow you may be a feather duster. Practically, whatever you may think, your first taste of the working world will not be amazing. You will not be a manager, an executive, because all of us need to be grade 8s before we matrics. Irrespective of whether your journey takes you through a university or technicum, or straight into the working world, the most important thing is to learn to work hard. In my experience, some of the most valuable lessons come from the most menial, disgusting, or manual jobs. From demonstrating how to clean toilets in provincial healthcare establishments to running the catering at the Homemakers Expo. Seeing through some of the tasks that I had early on in my career, whatever they were, made me a better manager, a better worker, and a better business owner. Second lesson, be willing to learn. The cheapest school fees are those paid by others. By virtue of my dad's passing early, I depended on others to teach, guide, and mentor me. You'd be surprised to find out how many people are willing to give you time, advice, and assistance if you're prepared to ask and you're willing to listen and learn. Grey, and specifically the old Grey network, makes these connections even more accessible. It can open up opportunities and allow those brave enough to scale their success through the experiences of many. Anyone is approachable, another lesson that I learned. Because everyone puts their pants on one leg at a time. Specifically when I was just out of school. It's easy to feel intimidated by those that are older than you, more successful, more qualified than you are. Save for respectfully introducing yourself, an idea, or a question. Never be afraid of speaking up. Master one thing at a time. Be wary of divided attention. Becoming great at something just takes courage. It takes the courage to find one thing, committing to that one thing, and putting all fears of failure or distraction aside. I'm often approached by businesses who are struggling, and it's amazing how often the problem is that of focus. Whether caused by impatience or blinded by perceived opportunity, consistency is key. Even within businesses which were historically successful, the loss of that secret sauce, the thing that made them special, can be a recipe for disaster. Business karma is real. There's an obligation on you guys to pay it forward. Never be afraid to help someone without being paid if you can. Whether it's facilitating an introduction, collaborating on solving a problem, or sharing knowledge, the dividends are paid by assisting others have always outstripped the short-term financial benefit of being able to earn in that point in time. I firmly believe that those who share will always receive more. Success comes to those who consistently work hard and are eager to learn and are not afraid to fail. Most who succeed, I'm afraid to say, they don't create the next blockchain app. They do not create the next social media platform. To the contrary, these people who set up businesses selling toilet paper, they sell workwear or pencils. What they do is they invest themselves in understanding their business, the market it operates in, and they commit to improve their day-to-day life and their businesses by at least 2%. It's the small changes every year, compounded over time. Boys, I encourage you to be brave, to be diligent, and to be a product of your ambitions and not of your consequences. Most of all, I look forward to hearing all of your messages from this stage in the future to our new old grads. Thank you.